Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Please subscribe to the channel and also please do like and share and leave your suggestions in the comment section. The events of 30th October 2024 are follows. Bengali date 13 Kartik 1431. As per Beni Madhavsil Ponjika, today's Tithi is Krishna Troyodashi and up to 1301 hours and after that Krishna Chaturdashi. Today's Nakhotra is Hasta Nakhotra and up to 2224 hours and after that Chitra Nakhotra. Today is 304th day of the year. There are then 62 days left in 2024. Today is 44th Wednesday of 2024. Today is Kali Chaudas. Kali Chaudas is also known as Bhut Chaturdashi. Kali Chaudas is mainly observed in western states, especially in Gujarat. Kali Chaudas is observed during Chaturdashi Tithi during Diwali festivity. However, Kali Chaudas day should not be mixed with Roop Chaudas and Narak Chaturdashi as it might fall one day before of Narak Chaturdashi. The day of Kali Chaudas is decided when Chaturdashi prevails during midnight, which as per Panchang is known as Mahanisita time. As rituals of Kali Chaudas involve visiting crematorium during midnight for offering puja to the goddess of darkness and to Veer Bhatal, the day of Kali Chaudas is decided when Chaturdashi prevails during midnight. It seems that most Panchang do not make such distinction and list Kali Chaudas with Roop Chaudas and Narak Chaturdashi. Hence one has to be cautious while looking for Kali Chaudas date. Further, Kali Chaudas should not be confused with Bengali Kali Puja, which is observed one day after Kali Chaudas when Amavasya Tithi prevails during midnight. Today is Diwali Hanuman Puja. A day before Diwali Puja, Hanuman Puja is performed in some parts of India, especially in Gujarat. The day of Hanuman Puja coincides with the day of Kali Chaudas. It is believed that the bad spirits are most powerful during the night of Kali Chaudas. Lord Hanuman, who gives strength to fight evil spirits, is worshipped to seek strength, power, and the protection from all sorts of bad spirits. According to another legend, Diwali is celebrated to mark the return of Lord Rama to Ajodhya after defeating demon Ravana and completing his 14 years of exile. The devotion and dedication of Hanuman pleased Sri Rama so much that he blessed Hanuman for getting worshipped before him. Hence people worship God Hanuman a day before Diwali celebrations. The very same day is observed as Sri Hanuman Jayanti at Hanuman Ghari temple in Ajodhya. However, most of the people in North India celebrate Hanuman Jayanti on Chaitra Purnima. Today is Abhayang Snan on Narak Chaturdashi. 5 days Diwali festivity starts on Dhantrayodasi and lasts on Bhai Dooj day. Abhayang Snan has been suggested on 3 days, that is on Chaturdashi, Amavasya and Pratibhat days during Diwali. Abhayang Snan on Chaturdashi day, which is popularly known as Narak Chaturdashi, is the most significant one. It is believed that people who do Abhayang Snan on this day can avoid going to Narak. Till this sesame oil should be used for Uptan during Abhayang Snan. Abhayang Snan on Narak Chaturdashi might be one day before or same day of Lakshmi Puja day on English calendar. When Chaturdashi Tithi prevails before sunrise and Amavasya Tithi prevails after sunset, then Narak Chaturdashi and Lakshmi Puja fall on the same day. Abhayang Snan is always done during moonrise but before sunrise while Chaturdashi Tithi is prevailing. Our Muhurta window for Abhayang Snan is between moonrise and sunrise while Chaturdashi Tithi prevails. We provide Abhayang Snan Muhurta exactly as it has been prescribed in religious Hindu text. We consider all exceptions and list the best date and time for Abhayang Snan. Narak Chaturdashi day is also known as Choti Diwali, Roop Chaturdashi and Roop Chaudas. Often Narak Chaturdashi is considered same as Kali Chaudas. However, both are two different festivals observed on the same Tithi, and depending on the start and end timing of Chaturdashi, Tithi might fall on two different consecutive days. Today is death anniversary of Swami Dayanand Saraswati, 12th February 1824 to 30th October 1883. Swami Dayanand Saraswati was a prominent Hindu scholar, reformer, and founder of the Arya Samaj, a movement that aimed to restore the Vedic values of Hinduism. Born in the town of Tankara in Gujarat, he was originally named Mool Shankar Tiwari. From a young age, he was drawn to spirituality and sought a deeper understanding of life and religion, eventually becoming a sannyasi and adopting the name Dayanand Saraswati. Swami Dayanand was a vocal advocate for monotheism and emphasized the importance of returning to the original teachings of the Vedas, which he considered the ultimate source of truth. He challenged many of its superstitions, rituals, and practices that had become widespread in Hindu society, including idol worship, the caste system, and the child marriage. His teachings also strongly supported the education of women and upliftment of marginalized communities. His most influential work, Sattarth Prakash, The Light of Truth, encapsulates his beliefs and philosophy, offering guidance on social and spiritual reform. Swami Dayanand's legacy endures through the Arya Samaj and its continuing work in the fields of education, social reform, and humanitarian service, as well as his contribution to the Indian independence movement, which inspired by advocating for self-rule and national pride. Today is death anniversary of Mr. Henry Dunant, 8th May 1828 to 30th October 1909. Henry Dunant, a Swiss humanitarian and businessman, co-founded the Red Cross and won the first Nobel Peace Prize in 1901. Born in Geneva, he initially pursued business in North Africa but was forever changed after witnessing the Battle of Solferino in 1859, where he saw soldiers suffering without aid. He organized local people to help and later detailed his experience in A Memory of Solferino, advocating for a neutral organization to aid the wounded in war. In 1863, Dunant joined a committee that laid the foundation for the International Committee of the Red Cross (ICRC). A year later, this vision led to the first Geneva Convention establishing humanitarian laws in war. However, a financial scandal in 1867 forced him into poverty and isolation. In 1895, a journalist rediscovered him, and in 1901, he received the Nobel Peace Prize alongside pacifist Frederick Passy. Dunant died in 1910, his legacy enduring in modern humanitarian principles. Today is date anniversary of Mr. Gustav Ludwig Hertz, 22nd July 1887 to 30th October 1975. Gustav Ludwig Hertz was a notable German physicist who, alongside James Franck, won the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1925. Their groundbreaking experiment, known as the Franck-Hertz experiment, confirmed Niels Bohr's quantum theory of atoms by demonstrating that electrons could only gain or lose energy in quantized amounts when interacting with atoms. This experiment provided strong evidence for the existence of energy levels within atoms, which later became foundational in the development of quantum mechanics. Hertz held prominent academic positions, including professorships in Berlin, Leipzig, and Halle. Later in life, he worked in the Soviet Union, contributing to the field of physics there before returning to East Germany. His work laid essential groundwork for atomic physics, influencing both theoretical research and practical applications in fields like nuclear physics and electronics. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Sukumar Ray, 30th October 1887 to 10th September 1923. Sukumar Ray, FRPS, was a Bengali writer and poet from British India. He is remembered mainly for his writings for children. He was the son of children's story writer Upendra Kishore Rai Chaudhuri and the father of Indian filmmaker Satyajit Ray. He created many characters in his prose and poems: Katburo, Tasguro, Huko Hangla, Kumro Potas, etc. were fictitious characters, though they were very close to our known world. He himself described his works as a product of Khayal Ras, Hotat Ichha, whims. Today is birth anniversary of Dr. Homi J. Bhabha, 30th October 1909 to 24th January 1966. Homi Jahangir Bhabha was an Indian nuclear physicist who is widely credited as the father of the Indian nuclear program. He was the founding director and professor of physics at the Tata Institute of Fundamental Research (TIFR), as well as the founding director of the Atomic Energy Establishment (TROMBE) AEET, which was renamed the Bhabha Atomic Research Center in his honor. TIFR and AET served as the cornerstone to the Indian nuclear energy and weapons program. He was the first chairman of the Indian Atomic Energy Commission and secretary of the Department of Atomic Energy. By supporting space science projects which initially derived their funding from the AEC, he played an important role in the birth of the Indian space program. Bhabha was awarded the Adams Prize 1942 and Padma Bhushan 1954 and nominated for the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1951 and 1953 to 1956. He died in the crash of Air India Flight 101 in 1966 at the age of 56. The mysterious circumstances of his death has led to the rise of several conspiracy theories claiming he was assassinated. Today's birth anniversary of Mr. Diego Maradona, 30th October 1960 to 25th November 2020. Diego Maradona, an Argentine football icon, is widely celebrated as one of the greatest players in history, sharing the FIFA Player of the 20th Century award with Pele, known as El Pibe de Oro, the Golden Boy. Maradona was a skillful playmaker with exceptional dribbling, vision and free kick abilities. His small stature provided agility, making him a standout in the classic number 10 role. Maradona set world transfer records twice, moving from Barcelona to Napoli in 1984, where he won multiple titles and led the team to two Serie A championships. Internationally, he earned 91 caps and scored 34 goals for Argentina. Maradona has starred in 4 World Cups, notably leading Argentina to victory in 1986, where his infamous Hand of God and the iconic goal of the century against England became legendary. Post-retirement, Maradona had a complex career in management, coaching teams from Argentina to the UAE and Mexico, including the Argentine national team at the 2010 World Cup. His life ended in 2020, leaving a profound legacy in football history. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Gerhard Domag, 30th October 1895 to 24th April 1964. Gerhard Johannes Paul Domag was a German pathologist and bacteriologist. He is credited with the discovery of sulfonamido creosoidine KL730 as an antibiotic for which he received the 1939 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine. The drug became the first commercially available antibiotic and marketed under the brand name Prontosil. Domag was chosen to receive the 1939 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine for the discovery of the antibacterial effects of Prontosil, but the Nazi government prohibited him from receiving the award. In 1947, after the fall of Nazi Germany, he was officially given the Nobel diploma and delivered the Nobel lecture. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Dickinson Woodruff Richards, 30th October 1895 to 23rd September 1973. Dickinson Woodruff Richards was an American physician and physiologist who, along with Andre Cournand and Werner Forssmann, won the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1956. Their pioneering research in cardiac catheterization and the study of cardiovascular physiology transformed the diagnosis and treatment of heart and lung diseases. Richards and Cournand, working together at Bellevue Hospital in New York, perfected techniques to measure blood pressure in the heart and lungs, gaining insight into cardiac function and conditions like heart failure and pulmonary disease. Their research provided foundational knowledge for modern cardiology, leading to significant advances in cardiac surgeries and treatments for heart conditions. Richard's contributions helped establish the field of cardiopulmonary medicine, impacting millions through improved methods for monitoring and managing heart and lung health. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Ragnar Arthur Granit, 30th October 1900 to 12th March 1991. Ragnar Arthur Granit was a Finnish-Swedish physiologist and biophysicist awarded the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1967, alongside Haldan Keffer, Hartline and George Wilde. Their collective work focused on the physiology of the retina and the mechanisms of visual perception. Granit's research was particularly influential in understanding how the retina processes light and transmits visual information to the brain. He conducted significant studies on the functioning of photoreceptors, specifically rods and cones, and their roles in vision. His work contributed to the understanding of how the human eye adapts to different light conditions and how color vision operates. Today is birth anniversary of Mr. Daniel Nathans, 30th October 1928 to 16 November 1999. Daniel Nathans was an American microbiologist and geneticist who made significant contributions to the fields of molecular biology and genetics. He is best known for his work on restriction enzymes, which are proteins that can cut DNA at specific sequences. This discovery laid the groundwork for many techniques in genetic engineering and molecular cloning. In 1978, Nathan shared the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine with Hamilton O. Smith and David Baltimore for their discoveries concerning the interaction between viruses and the genetic material of the cell. Their work has had a profound impact on genetics, biotechnology, and medical research, leading to advancements in DNA manipulations techniques that are now widely used in research, medicine, and biotechnology. Today, that is 30th October, highlight in history. 1657 Anglo-Spanish War. Spanish forces failed to retake Jamaica at the Battle of Ocoyayos. 1806 War of the Fourth Coalition. Convinced that he is facing a much larger force, Prussian General von Romberg, commanding 5,300 men, surrenders the city of Stettin to 800 French soldiers. 1817 Simon Bolivar becomes president of the Third Republic of Venezuela. 1831 Nat Turner is arrested for leading the bloodiest slave rebellion in United States history. 1863 Danish Prince Wilhelm arrives in Athens to assume his throne as George I, King of the Hellenes. 1864 The Treaty of Vienna is signed, by which Denmark relinquishes one province east to Prussia and Austria. 1888 The route concession is granted by Matabeleland to agents of Cecil Rhodes. 1905 Caesar Nicholas II issues the October Manifesto, nominally granting the Russian peoples basic civil liberties and the right to form a Duma. October 17 is in the Julian calendar. 1918 World War I The Ottoman Empire signs the Armistice of Mudros with the Allies. 1918 World War I Lands of the Crown of Saint Stephen, a state union of Kingdom of Hungary and Triune Kingdom of Croatia, Slovenia and Dalmatia is abolished with decisions of Croatian and Hungarian parliaments. 1920 The Communist Party of Australia is founded in Sydney. 1938 Orson Welles broadcast a radio adaptation of H. G. Wells' The War of the Worlds, causing a massive panic in some of the audience in the United States. 1941 President Roosevelt approves $1 billion in Lend-Lease aid to the Allied nations. 1941 Holocaust 1500 Jews from Pityusty are sent by Nazis to Belzec extermination camp. 1942 World War II Lieutenant Tony Fasson and able seaman Colin Grazier drowned while taking code books from the sinking German submarine U-559. 1944 Holocaust Anne and Margot Frank are deported from Auschwitz to the Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, where they die from disease the following year, shortly before the end of WWII. 1940 World War II 1945 Jackie Robinson of the Kansas City Monarchs signs a contract for the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking the baseball color line. 1947 The General Agreement on Tariffs on Trade (GATT), the foundation of the World Trade Organization, is founded. 1948 A Luju fishing boat overloaded with passengers capsized and sinks in the Gojo Channel of Kuala Gojo, Malta, killing 23 of the 27 people on board. 1953 President Eisenhower approves the top-secret document NSC 162/2 concerning the maintenance of a strong nuclear deterrent force against the Soviet Union. 1956 Hungarian Revolution. The government of Imre Nagy recognizes newly established Revolutionary Workers' Councils. Army officer Bela Kirali leads anti-Soviet militias in an attack on the headquarters of the Hungarian Working People's Party. 1959 Piedmont Airlines Flight 349 crashes on approach to Charlottesville, Albemarle Airport in Albemarle County, Virginia, killing 26 of the 27 on board. 1961 The Soviet Union detonates the Tsar Bomba, the most powerful explosive device ever detonated. 1961. Due to violations of Vladimir Lenin's precepts, it is decreed that Joseph Stalin's body be removed from its place of honor inside Lenin's tomb and buried near the Kremlin wall with a plain granite marker. 1968. A squad of 120 North Korean army commandos land in boats along a 25-mile-long section of the eastern coast of South Korea in a failed attempt to overthrow the dictatorship of Park Chung-hee and bring about the reunification of Korea. 1973. The Bosphorus Bridge in Turkey is completed, connecting the continents of Europe and Asia over the Bosphorus for the second time. 1975. Prince Juan Carlos I of Spain becomes acting head of state, taking over for the country's ailing dictator Jan Francisco Franco. 1975. 45 people are killed when INEX Adria Aviopromet flight 450 crashes into Suzdal, Prague, while on approach to Prague Ruziane Airport, now Václav Havel Airport, Prague, in Czechoslovakia, present-day Czech Republic. 1980. El Salvador and Honduras agreed to put the border dispute fought over in 1969's football war before the International Court of Justice. 1983. The first democratic elections in Argentina after 7 years of military rule are held. 1983. A magnitude 6.6 earthquake in the Turkish province of Erzurum and Kars leaves approximately 1340 people dead. 1985. Space Shuttle Challenger lifts off for mission STS-61A, its final successful mission. 1991. The Israel-Palestinian conflict. The Madrid Conference commences in an effort to revive peace negotiations between Israel and Palestine. 1995. Quebec citizens narrowly vote 50.58% to 49.42% in favor of remaining a province of Canada in their second referendum on national sovereignty. 2005. The rebuilt Dresden Frankenkirche, destroyed in the firebombing of Dresden during World War II, is reconsecrated after a 13-year rebuilding project. 2013. 45 people are killed and 7 injured after a bus catches fire in Mahabub Nagar district, Andhra Pradesh, present-day Telangana, India. 2014. Sweden becomes the first European Union member state to officially recognize the state of Palestine. 2014. 4 people are killed when a Beechcraft Super King air crashes at Wichita Dwight D. Eisenhower National Airport in Wichita, Kansas. 2015. A fire in a nightclub in the Romanian capital of Bucharest kills 64 people and leaves more than 147 injured. 2020. A magnitude 7 earthquake strikes the Aegean Sea between Greece and Turkey, triggering a tsunami. At least 119 people die, mainly due to collapsed buildings. 2022. A pedestrian suspension bridge collapses in the city of Morbi, Gujarat, leading to the deaths of at least 135 people. Thank you very much for your patience.